Oh yeah, I like that. And there is the cover. We're going to glue this. I like that. So we'll Hello, welcome back to Patty Loves Paper. I'm Patty. We are working on our Cracker Box journal that we recently showed in a video how to insert the signatures. So our signatures are all in and we're ready to decorate it. One thing I didn't mention in that video is once I complete a journal that is made out of these cardboard boxes, I typically will put a band around it just to help train the cardboard to close so that it just doesn't flap open. So I'll keep it trained like this, till I'm finished the decorating it. Take it off to decorate it and put it back on when I'm storing it. So I have a lot of supplies. You can see it's already starting to be trained. It doesn't have that flip open like it was doing when I first made the cover. I have a lot of supplies. We looked at some of these supplies in another video. We have some small brown packaging, some pieces of lace, some cards, puzzle piece, just some random cards that came in packaging. I have a old pattern. I have some packaging that's very, very thin, almost like gift tissue paper. Some other cards that came in packaging, some craft packaging, some tea bag papers that come off the end of your tea bag string, more packaging, some cute little I don't know what that is. It's not rhinestones, it's just stone stickers. And some random ribbons, pretty little daisy trim, and some more tea tags. And I also have the package that my grits come in. Yes, I'm from the deep south, almost as far south as you can get. And we do eat grits, and we love them. Anyway, this is what my grits come in, and I thought maybe it would be nice to use some part of this here, or even a part of the bottom. I did use this part in another journal that I made for one of my sister-in-laws as a memory book. We have a Just Egg box. I think I'd like to take this apart and use it for some tags. This is a paper napkin that I decoupaged onto I guess that's what it's called, decoupaged. I glued it onto an index card. So we'll try to use that. I did come across this. This is a envelope that you get your photos in when you get your photos developed at a store. I don't know how old this is, but I thought I could use it. And this is a prescription bag. We did show this in another video. Paper towel, and some junk mail envelopes. Another Walgreens prescription bag. This prescription bag barely made it upstairs, but thank goodness you're safe now. We'll try to make something out of that. And then some large brown packaging, just like this, but this is remnants and this is some large brown packaging. We also have some music paper, some map paper. I thought this was very unique and pretty. It's got the pretty purple. I hope it shows up on the camera well, but it's got the pretty purple and the white, and it just looks so good together. And then the continent of Africa looks very pretty with the green and the yellows and the neutral colors. Very, very pretty. And then this came out of a index for the atlas. And this is a different atlas index, but I thought that would be interesting to to see if we could use that at some point. Oh, and here's some more music paper, my favorite kind with all of the notes. So we're going to try to see what we can incorporate into our journal. We also have some ink pads, and some distress spray stain. And we have some digital papers. I have been watching Miss Payne a lot, her channel, and I've been pretty captivated by it. Anyway, she has these pretty papers that she's using, and they're from SweetPeaCuriosities on Etsy, and I just thought they were beautiful. So here's this, I don't think that's hers, but here's some of the pages that came in that collection. I just think they're really, really very pretty. So we're going to see if we can use some of these papers too. And then she also she makes several really unique things. Here's some large birds, some flowers. I don't think this is her. I think this is Artie Mae's. Here's some smaller birds. Some different ephemera. I believe we have some more birds too. These are her hummingbirds. I thought those were very pretty. I did shrink them down a little bit. That's why this side's going this way and this is upside down going this way. I did just shrink them down a little bit. Here's some more of her birds. Just thought they were very pretty. So we'll see how we can incorporate some of those. And then her distressed flowers, her mixed media flowers. These are really pretty too. More birds. Flowers. We'll see how we can use some of these in our journal. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is think about what we want to do for our cover, and I thought maybe we would use something like this. I think that's upside down. I think that's pretty. So what we really need to consider is, are we going to do anything on the inside, such as a flip out that we want to put in now? And then do we also want to have some type of closure? Maybe we want to put a hole here. I don't think I want to do that now. I think I'm going to wait on that. But let's start with bringing our paper down a little bit. So and I think I want it right about there. So we're going to cut this down or tear it down. And I have my little cutting pad here because it protects my table from ink. We're just going to tear it so we have a little bit of a jagged edge, not exactly straight. I always have trouble getting these little edges to come off. Voila, I did it just because the camera is on. And let's see how much of this we need to take off. I really want this dark blue flower in here. I really like that. So let's bring that up right about here. And then how much of this do we want to take off? I think we'll take, no, we need to bring that up just a little bit more. All right, and then we'll take some of this off. Now you can certainly cut this and measure it, but I don't really want to do that. All right. And then I also need something for my spine. Let's see if we can go with something. This is a little more neutral. in the center, but let's try to darken it up just a little. We'll take some of our Distress ink. This is Tim Holtz Vintage Photo. We'll just take a little, and we just want to kind of softly darken this up. Just kick back that light color just a little. All right, so we want it the same height as this page, but we want it a little bit wider than our spine. All right, we're just going to bring this down a little bit, and then we're going to see how that looks. Okay, and we save these little remnants. We can use it for something. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's going to be, oh yeah, I like that. All right, and then let's look at our back page. We're going to do very similar. Definitely want these flowers. So let's get this edging off first. Okay, and let's take a look at our top and bottom. You know, I'm going to tell you, I've been crafting for many, many years, but never on camera, and I never realized how difficult it was. So kudos to all the YouTubers out there that have been showing the way of how to make these junk journals, because it is a lot harder than it looks. All right, so I think this will be our front cover, our spine cover, and then our back cover. So we have that ready, but I don't want to glue it down yet because I want to think about what I want to do on the inside. And I think I want to put a pocket here, but more importantly, I think I want to put a flip out. And let's see, do we have any of our, let's see if we have our junk mail envelopes. Yeah, let's see. Here's one. So we'd have to use it this way if we want to use this window. So we'll have to use it upside down. Keep in mind our spine folds right here. We don't want anything in that fold. So we're going to want to cut this down just a little, and then we're going to want to cut it back here because we're going to need a hinge. So let's see. I want that just about there. Okay. So we want to cut it about between a 1/2 inch and an inch longer. this is. So I want that right about there. Let's see how we go. Not too bad. So we're going to want to glue this down. And we're going to fold this over to make a little hinge that goes right here. Okay. And then when we put our paper down, whatever paper we choose, it's going to go on top of that hinge to hide it. Okay. And then when you open the book, first thing you see is the envelope and whatever's underneath it. Okay. All right. So we have that made. And the reason I waited is because sometimes I like to put my flip over like this, but while I was doing it I realized I don't think I'm gonna like that look of it coming through, so I decided just to fold it here, and we're going to use it as a hinge here so it opens and closes. Okay. So now that we know what we're doing with that, we can go ahead and start gluing down our covers. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is kind of distress these edges, and I'm going to put some ink on these edges. Just rubbing that ink across. All right, I think that's all we want there. Not really going to see much of it here, but we'll do the top and we'll do the bottom. And then we'll do this. And we're just adding a little bit of color to the edges, just to kind of age it just a little bit. Make it look aged, actually. We're not really aging it. But I'm sure you knew that. Okay, so let's start gluing it down. We're going to start with our spine. I think we want it just like that. So we're going to start with the front piece first. I'm just going to have to do it in sections so we don't lose our spot. Make sure we're still in the right spot, which I don't think we are. I think we moved just a tiny bit. And we're going to glue that down. Nope. With this art glitter glue, you have to work very fast, but you can pull it up if you work quickly. But it is not very forgiving. And we're going to glue the rest of the spine. And we don't want to be stingy with our glue. We don't want to put too much, but we don't want to be stingy. We need to make sure that this stays in place. The spine's going to get most of the movement of the book. I'm going to really push that glue from the paper onto the book just to make sure it adheres very well. And remember, we have our signature threads coming out here, so we want to make sure we really push that glue down. Get your edges of the paper really well. All right, I think we are good there. Kind of smushed our book a little bit. All right, let's get our cover on. Remember, I like to glue all the way across the surface because I don't want any space between my paper and my book that could bulge up. Get some air in between there, and then it kind of pops up a little bit, and I just don't like the way that looks. All right, so oh, it's a little bit high. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna really bring our glue into the book. Get that edge good. Get that down there. All right, we're going to put our back cover on. We're going to spread our glue out, just like the front cover. All right, do we have it right there? Yeah, just about. All right. All right, and there is the cover of our book. So let's work on our next little page. I think I'm going to go with some music paper. On this one. Take off the title. Need to take a little bit more off. I kind of like that. I don't know what it means. but I kind of like it, so we're going to take some more off the bottom. All right, let's see if that's going to work for us. And I think it will. And we'll take it to there. All right. And we can age this up a little bit too. This is probably already aged. This is, I think, maybe from the 50s or 60s. But we'll just add a little bit more character to it with a little bit more color. So I appreciate the support I've been getting on my channel. I started this channel because I really love to junk journal, but I don't know anybody else that does, and so I thought I would try to build a community of people that have the same interest of junk journal so we can interact with each other. And I appreciate the comments that I've gotten and the views that I've gotten. All right, so we're going to glue this down right here. So I hope you have gathered your supplies and you have decided to stay and play with me. Sometimes these nozzles get stuck and you just have to get all the dried glue out of it, because this art glitter glue dries very, very quickly. You have to keep the cover on, and sometimes I forget to do that. Let's see if that helped. Yep, success. All right, so again, we're going to glue this down. This is very thin paper because it's old, and because I think just the type of paper they use to print this music on. So we do have to be careful with it. There's plenty of glue in this bottle, but that nozzle's giving me some trouble. Sometimes you have to just soak it in some hot water. And there you go, I poked a hole in it. Sometimes you have to soak it in some hot water to get it to open up, because that glue just dries too quick. All right, let's see. Too far. All right, and just put it on exactly like you would like it on. There's no right or wrong way. And then just smooth it down. You can also use your glue smoother to smooth it and spread it. You do want it to go all the way to the edges. I know some people don't like to see it coming out of the edge, but I'd prefer to see it coming out of the edge and wipe it up than not have enough glue. All right, I think what I want to do now, let's maybe use this scrap and create a pocket. We can create a pocket right there. Let's get these edges off. And see how long we want it. Oh, I like that. So let's go right about there. And I think I just want to tear it in kind of a swooping down so that it's not quite straight, but it comes down from the edges into the center and then back up to the other edge. Yeah, I like that. I like the colors. Very pretty. Really like what SweetPeaCuriosities did with this set. I can't remember the name of it. But if you're interested in it and you go on her page, I'm sure you'll see it. Oh, I like that. All right, let's get this glued down. Just going to glue it on 3 sides. I did get that up a little bit too high. We're going to leave our top open so that it makes the pocket. And then I'm just going to press in just a little on the sides to give it a little bit of leeway here to add something. All right, I think we got it. Let's see if we got enough glue right here. We don't want that flipping up. And we don't want this flipping up, so let's make sure we have a nice amount of glue right there. All right. I like that, so we'll get a little tag made out of that. Okay, I went back and looked at this first page with the music paper and the pocket, and I feel like we need to strengthen that pocket a little bit. So I cut some cardboard and we're just going to slide it in to give that pocket opening some strength. And you can see that I've already done the inside cover. That is coming in another video. But I did want to add something to this pocket. So we're going to slide this cardboard down. Into the pocket. I'm not too much worried about the glue because it's going to all stay with that cardboard. There we go. Okay. We're going to just smooth that, get it to where the cardboard is hidden, and then just smooth it down. And that's just going to give some strength with tags and papers coming in and out of it. Okay? All right. That's what we needed. Okay, so I think we need a little something more added to this page. So I think we're going to add some ink and do some splatters and splotches on the page. So we want to loosen up that ink good with some water and then fill up our brush and just splatter it on. Just a little at a time. We just want some splatters here and there. Okay, we'll add a little bit of vintage photo. Add a nice amount of water, load up our brush, and let's just get a couple more splats in there. No rhyme or reason, just putting some splatters. Okay. Let me clean it. Let's go with the milled lavender. Just a very light purple. Spray some down, add some water, and we're just going to repeat what we've already done. Load up our brush, and just a couple of spots here and there. And you just keep going until you get the look that you're happy with. If that's enough for you, fine. If you need a little bit more, keep going. All right, I'm going to clean up some of this ink, but I think we're going to use some of this leftover Stormy Sky ink, and we're going to maybe add a little bit more to it. And we're going to dye this lace. So let's see how that looks. We just cut our lace to size. That looks good. Let's move these pages out of the way. Okay, and let's start dipping our lace into the dye. All right, so we're going to dye that, get the dye real good on that lace. Put that top piece on top of the bottom one and really transfer some of that ink. Put that top piece right over that bottom piece and just really get that ink transferred good. You know, it's going to dry a little bit lighter than this, so don't worry about it being too dark. All right, and we're going to let that dry. Okay, so I went back and added some more color splatters to my page. And now our lace is dry, so we're going to start to glue that down. You do have several choices of glues to use to glue the lace down, but I'm using art glitter glue. You can use Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix, but I find I have success with the art glitter glue. I find that the Fabri-Tac is a little bit hard to work with. It's thick and so don't worry about the glue showing through, that it is going to dry. It is going to dry clear. So don't worry about it. We just want to get it adhered to that paper. All right, so I think we're good there. We're going to let it dry. Okay. Same with the other side. We're just going to put a little art glitter glue. It's going to hold fine. But if you feel more comfortable using Fabri-Fix or Fabri-Tac, please go ahead and use that. Use what you have. Use what you like. But I really like the way that lace dyed in that Stormy Sky spray stain. I think it came out really, really nice. It's a little bit lighter than what it looked like in the beginning when it was wet. And I like the way it came out. Okay, I think we need a little something more for this page. Let's see, maybe Let's see, maybe one of these butterflies. No. Okay, kind of like that middle one. So let's cut that one out. See if that'll work for us. All right, let's switch scissors and get this cut out. Let's see, maybe on an angle, maybe the other way. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go ahead and get that down. So we want to make sure we get our glue close to the edge, because we are going to be putting tags in and out or papers in and out of this pocket, and we don't want any edges sticking up that might get caught. Yeah, I think I like that. All right, let's smooth it down well. Really get that glue adhering to the paper. Okay. I think I like it. Very nice. Add a little ink to the top of the page and the side, just a little more character, a little more interest. Okay. Great. Sure hope that you did stay and play along, and I hope you're making your own journal, and I hope you're having as much fun as I am, and I hope you'll join me again. Until then, bye-bye.